Hi. Welcome to another movie plot. Spoilers ahead. The day the world ended was like any other. 12-year-old Quinn Abercrombie visited his mother at her construction site where she was informed that the drill had come up on a void, so they sent in the smallest one to investigate. Quinn soon discovered a dragon that spat in his face, allowing him to escape as it woke from its hibernation. It incinerated the workers and escaped into the overworld, killing Mom on its way. Millions of dragons swarmed the earth, driven by their primary need to feed on ash. After eliminating the dinosaurs and causing the ice age, they went into hibernation, until the diggers woke them 20 years ago. Now the leader of a colony in a remote castle outside of London, Quinn is informed by Jared that the sprinkler system is up and running, and that Jared is slacking. The survivors are now all starving, planning to grow crops while they live underground as the dragons starve to death above. Having already lost 2 kids and not wanting to lose the rest, Eddie is threatening to harvest the community's crop prematurely in order to feed them. Quinn's best friend Creedy diffuses the situation, saying that if you go out there, you stay out there. That night the friends put on a play for the children, telling a totally original story by Quinn about a white knight who loses a hand to his black knight father. They then recite a motto about keeping their eyes on the sky and digging deeper to survive, before sending the kids to bed. Early in the morning, Eddie, Michael, and Eddie's kids sneak out, taking Lynn in a truck to raid the tomato farms before Watchman Barlow wakes for his shift. When he does though, all hell breaks loose. A dragon is spotted and the whole colony begins to assemble, with Quinn being informed of the betrayal. For some reason everyone is scared of the approaching dragon except for some dude named Matt, who acts like he's gonna do something but is instantly cooked and eaten. The rest manage to avoid the flames as the dragon burns down their entire harvest, encircling them in a ring of fire. Just then Quinn, Creedy and Jared come to the rescue in flameproof suits and armored vehicles with water cannons attached. Before they can escape the chaos, the dragon cuts them off and burns another one of Eddie's children alive, with Jared's suit keeping him safe. They easily reverse away and drive off, as the dragon has more than enough ash to chow down on. The next day voices can be heard on the radio, and Barlow spots a convoy led by a tank approaching the castle. The survivors take up arms, though mostly just as intimidation as bullets are low. They man the walls in preparation for a siege, assuming they are marauders as it's been a few years since they were last attacked. The chieftain tank diverts from the convoy and pulls up in front of them, opening to reveal Denton Van Zandt, who approaches Quinn in peace and says they are the Kentucky Irregulars. At first Quinn refuses them entry, thinking it's a con, but Denton says they are dragon slayers and shows him the tooth of the first one he ever killed. Figuring out a way to kill the dragons, Denton says that they have excellent vision both at night and day, but during the happy hour between those times their vision is impaired. While Quinn and Creedy argue about their legitimacy,
"It's a dragon slayer!
Oh, he's a dragon slayer!"
a helicopter flies into the compound, showing that they are at least game enough to travel the skies. Piloting the chopper is U.S. Cavalry Alex Jensen, who tells the pair how she flies above the dragons while her archangels jump out and catch it with a net. Later on, Quinn tells her how he found Jared sitting alone with his mother's dead body, so he took the 3-year-old with them to the castle. Suddenly they are interrupted as Barlow spots the dragon from the tomato farm approaching, so the colonists get ready for an attack, but the irregulars take the lead.
Got a dragon to kill!
3 soldiers take bikes and triangulating gear, during which time Alex takes the chopper to the skies, while colonist AJ listens in on them through the radio. While Alex evades the dragon in the Augusta, the riders set up devices that allow Denton to triangulate exactly where the dragon is. But when AJ hears they are having problems with the 3rd rider over the radio, he notifies Quinn, who takes off on his horse to find the rider toast. He sets up the device, giving both Denton and Alex sight of the dragon, and the archangels get to work. With one baiting the dragon out and the other 2 following with harpoon guns, they shoot the dragon with nets to bring it down, but it shakes them off and continues after the bait, forcing him to pull his chute and be eaten or not pull it at all. The dragon then eats another angel as the final one survives the jump. Denton hears all this from Alex and tells Quinn over the radio to bring the dragon to him. Using a harpoon gun, Denton fires at the moment he sees Quinn on the horizon, impaling the dragon as it lets out one last breath, and crashing into the ground below. As the colony celebrates having not seen a dragon slayed, Denton laments that he lost 3 men out there for 1 dragon, and at that rate it will take centuries to win. When approached by Quinn about their real intentions in England, Denton and Alex tell him that out of the 200 dragons his unit has killed, they have all been female.
You ever seen a male? When I'm running for my life, I don't stop to look at the plumbing.
And their theory is that a single male fertilizes the whole dragon population's eggs, so assuming since it started in London, that's where they are going to look for Dad. Quinn tells a story about a colony that went into London and lost 90 men, before being tracked back to their home and finished off.
Trouble.
Denton then begins to try to recruit the colony to help them fight, eventually conscripting them as only 4 volunteer. So Quinn, being against the idea of going to London at all, starts to fight Denton, with this headbutt looking awfully real. After Denton easily handles Quinn but is dragged away by his men, he storms out of the castle taking just the usual suspects. The Kentucky irregulars arrive just outside of London but can't get in as it looks like a nuke has gone off, so Alex is sent to find a way around. Suddenly the male dragon shows up in all its splendor and takes just a single pass over the whole group, killing the irregulars in one breath. Alex arrives back to find Denton having survived and playing in the ashes, so they rush back to the castle to try and warn Quinn. But it's too late, as the male dragon has already followed their scent back to the castle and incinerates AJ. Quinn arrives back home to the sight of it on fire. The dragon leaves and he enters the ruins to find the children all still alive, with Creedy having hidden them in the tunnels underneath. Quinn is busy with the sprinklers and nobody realizes the dragon returns, and when Creedy goes back upstairs to help the other 65 residents, he gets caught outside the tunnels and roasted along with everyone else. The terrified children and Quinn all say their motto about looking to the sky as they are now trapped in the tunnels. A defeated looking Denton returns to free them, and they all leave to nothing but ash and stone. Quinn suggests they try to sneak into London and kill the male since he knows where it lives, so they take the chopper down the coast to approach the city. Witnessing dozens of roosting dragons, they see they're beginning to resort to cannibalism, with the male swiping a female straight out of the sky. Deciding to take the tunnels under the city to get close to it, Denton reveals magnesium tip C4 arrows, saying the only chance to hit its stomach is right before it breathes fire. Arriving at Ground Zero where Quinn's mother died, they head up the shaft and into the city, with the plan of splitting up around the courtyard to get different angles of the creature. When it circles back around, Alex lures it toward Denton, who's ready atop a smokestack with his one arrow, but he is too late to pull the trigger and the explosive charge goes off before it reaches the dragon's mouth. Doing nothing to the dragon, Denton pulls out his axe, and when it charges him, he charges back, leaping from the tower and getting snatched straight out of the air. When Quinn loads up an arrow and faces down the dragon, they have a standoff, before a perfectly timed shot goes straight down the beast's throat, slaying it. The two are left to rebuild civilization, and 3 months of no dragon sightings later they have built a radio tower, which picks up a transmission from the French. And the movie ends. Reign of Fire is a 2002 post-apocalyptic science fantasy directed by Rob Bowman. Despite top billing on the film, Matthew McConaughey does not appear until 30 minutes in.
Americans.
Originally announced to star Arnold Schwarzenegger, Christian Bale planned to be skinny since they're starving, but saw how bulked up McConaughey had become and hit the gym to help with the look of their fight. Jack Gleason played an uncredited role and would also share a scene years later with Bale in Batman Begins, and has since become a dragon aficionado. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more.
To London!